Welcome to Cut Daisies and Unicorns, and this is a Trailer Friday. So thanks for checking in with us. Thanks for coming by and watching or listening and being a part of this community of Cut Daisies and Unicorns. And it is something that continues to grow. As I'm even reminded, I was just sharing the story about this podcast with someone last week and talking about us trying to build something that's a little bit different, right? I mean, we're not building single, hey, we need this in our community, but we're just saying, what is it going to take to be able to share stories about people from people's perspective so that we can all learn and grow together. So just a good thanks for coming by. Thanks for checking in. We've got this is episode 10, everybody, which means
what?
I know, as you know, from first season we did 10 episodes. Second season we did 10 episodes before we're moving on to the third season. So
we got goals.
We have goals.
We have goals.
And we've learned a lot in this first or second season, as we continue to kind of learn and grow what it means to be a part of, this podcast and Cut Daisies and Unicorns and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. So you want to tell everybody what we got coming up on Sunday?
Episode 10.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 10. I keep working on my animation.
Oh, good.
Episode 10 is coming along.
Is it because you're watching all those YouTubers out there and they're
oh my gosh,
they're like, these hype people that woo, like, come on, wait, whoa. Like,
yeah, well, this is what I know.
Yeah,
the YouTube algorithm doesn't like us.
Because we're not
doing that. Like we don't do the graphic stuff like
explosions.
and the other thing that it doesn't like about us, the length of our interviews. Apparently, like 3 minutes and 32 minutes are like ideal lengths. Yeah, but you know what?
3 minutes is an awfully hard point to make for an interview.
we can't even get through.
You get 1 point. Go.
I mean, literally, we've been on the air for 2 minutes and 50 seconds right now.
No.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Take care.
Yeah, it's been a delight.
Glad that you stopped by. We just welcomed you, but now get out.
We're going to leave you alone.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what? Really, and when we consider it, every episode has a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So we've done 40 videos.
Right.
Or we will have done 40 videos by the
time this one goes live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the next one goes live. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just super interesting.
Right.
It's going to go live, and my daughter Michaela is going to be out in Chicagoland.
What?
Yeah.
Michaela's going to hit Chicagoland?
She's got I don't know, like a bachelorette party for her sister-in-law.
Okay.
Who's getting married in July. And so she's going to be out. So she's going to come and visit.
Nice.
Yeah, I get to see her Sunday evening and probably part of the morning on Monday before she heads back to the homeland.
To the homeland.
Yeah. Back to the 515.
Right.
Yeah. And so that'll be nice. But as people are enjoying the podcast, they're really this is where the podcast gets rich.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we said it even on the podcast, and we know our consistent, faithful listeners are listening consistently and faithfully.
Right.
But
thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And but we have an interview,
right,
for episode 10
to close out season 2.
Yeah.
We got an interview.
I think we did 3 interviews this season.
Yeah.
So
I think we had more in the first, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we were about every other.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we worked really hard at that.
Right.
Yeah, and
we're still gonna plan to incorporate more interviews as we move forward. So
yeah,
as we've been mentioning already through the trailers, and that we're planning on bringing more people in.
Yeah. And in this next season, season 3, we actually are going through the calendar year where it's festival season.
Mm-hmm.
So the week of Hinterland, we're going to have a music emphasis.
There we go.
Just filling you in.
All right.
And there's also...
I always like music emphasis anyways.
Yeah, there's also a festival in Winnetka.
Which one's that?
I can tell you. If only there was a technology.
Of course, August, we have Lollapalooza in Chicago. That's always a big festival. And I think later on that fall is Riot Fest, as I think we brought up before. Maybe not. I'm trying to think. I know John's he likes Riot Fest too. Yeah, so all kinds of festivals.
It's actually called the Winnetka Music Festival.
Winnetka Music Festival. And then who's going to be a part of that? What kind of is there big names, small names? Is there a genre that they try to focus on, or?
Well, apparently this year it's going to be one day only.
Oh.
And it says go to Emerge Winnetka now. Emerge. Val's list. Excuse me, everyone. Saturday, September 11th. We're bringing back same great music, food, drink, and community, all in a new location at the Winnetka Skokie Playfields. All right, here's the lineup right now. Oh my gosh, Alan Stone.
That's funny. Alan Stone, that was Ganser's favorite.
Yeah. Gotta wet my whistle.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer Ludwig says back by popular demand.
Spencer Ludwig. I'm not familiar with Spencer Ludwig, but
Argonaut and Wasp, Walker County, Master DJ, Squareopolis, and then a youth performance by BOM. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm also not in the realm of DJs either, so I'm not familiar with many DJs.
Yeah. So apparently Val's list, Emerge Winnetka Live Music, presented by Northwestern Medicine. It used to be a 2-day event.
Yeah.
But I think they're probably just
trying to dip their toe in the water since COVID, I assume.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, they got some Ravinia shows back in, which is kind of up in that same direction.
Yep.
Ravinia. Oh, my wife wants to go see the Yacht Rock review at Ravinia.
The Yacht Rock review? What is that?
Some reason she has just been into Yacht Rock. I don't know if you know Yacht Rock, if there's a genre of just like laid back, and I think it's still technically rock and roll, but it's kind of like the relaxed things that you can play on the the slow talk, and but yeah, so she's been listening to Yacht Rock, which makes me laugh sometimes.
That's hilarious,
right?
Yacht rock is a broad musical style and aesthetic commonly associated with soft rock, one of the most commercially successful genres from the mid-'70s to the early '80s.
Yeah.
Other names: West Coast Sound. Oh, Michael McDonald, Kenny Loggins, Christopher Cross, Steely Dan. Taking it to the streets. The Doobie Brothers.
The Doobie Brothers, yeah, they would be right in there.
All right, so there's a Yacht
Rock review.
Album guide.
Oh.
All right. Christopher Cross, Carly Simon. Huh. So interesting.
Yeah, I heard some portions of like Fleetwood Mac, or they were also playing on the Yacht Rock which then my daughter's a big fan of Fleetwood Mac, and especially the lead singer. Well, the what's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying.
No, Carly Simon. No, that's
no.
I know she's going to be listening and be like yelling. Of course, you should know who this is.
Here we go. I got you taken care of.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, members. There we go. Stevie Nicks.
Yeah. Caitlin, you don't have to yell anymore.
John McVie, Christine McVie, Mick Fleetwood, Mike Campbell, Neil Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stevie Nicks, who almost, she actually would have, Stevie Nicks would have joined Tom Petty's band if he would have let her in the band, but yeah, didn't happen.
Right. What a combo that would have been.
Oh yeah. Well, they did a
duet. They did, yeah.
Yeah,
they've collaborated.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm just thinking, if you're looking at like whole albums of their collaboration, what they would have been able to do.
Yeah. So we've got some music festivals.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna focus on that. The other thing we got going on is there's just great opportunities for our core topics. So we're definitely hitting the fringe once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be pretty lengthy. We're doing live.
We do have a live
coming in.
And what's that date so that people can put it on their calendar?
Oh man.
Is that the 25th? Is that what we said?
Yeah. It's a Sunday. It's the last Sunday of July.
Yeah. Let's make sure we get that on everybody's calendar. Yeah, July 25th, the last Sunday in July, July 25th. And we're going to do that still at 7 o'clock Central Time, right?
Yep.
7 o'clock Central Time, we'll go live, and we'll invite everybody to gather around their TV, computer, phones, wherever it is that you can watch a Facebook Live.
Yep.
And we're going to do that again. And we've made sure and put it on, John's schedule, our engineer, and making sure that he can be a part of that as well.
Yeah. And the other thing is, we're going to do a best of seasons 1 and 2. That's what we're going to lead in with for season 3. Season 3, episode 1. And so if you're listening to the trailer, if you have favorite moments from any of the episodes, you need to send us an email with what the favorite moment was. If you're like, oh, that really made me chuckle.
Yeah.
Now, Matt Handley probably won't do that because we put him to sleep.
Wake up.
Yeah. But our interview this week is with Alyssa Connolly. And Alyssa and I and Phil knew each other from back in our Gloria Day days. That sounds like it should be a musical festival. The Gloria Day days.
Gloria Day days.
Who is dazed and confused? She's a worship leader, and she is a mom and wife. And man, what a lovely conversation that was.
Yeah. We got all kinds of dimensions and aspects that come out of that conversation, whether it's, the women and how they're playing into culture, church, all of that, is a great conversation to have.
Yep. And we actually, this is going to be another episode that I would say grab a pen and paper, or wherever you take notes if you have a tablet and things, because she shares with some favorite music influencers in her life. She also we start asking some questions that are really good questions for growing oneself. And so, like, yeah, there's lots of opportunity here for personal growth. We may have boiled it down to the one great question, Why can't we just love each other?
Mm-hmm.
And we get some referrals for some more
future guests.
Yeah, future guests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there is a lot of great content. I mean, even, digging into things that are inspiring her right now, whether it's secular or church, kind of stuff. So, I mean, you're bound to, as I think we mentioned, I mean, from a worship lead, right? And that's kind of where her domain is. She's going to have some of that language that's going to come out.
Yeah.
I mean, it might, if you're not you don't live in the realm of church, or like, it might sound weird, but sit with the uncomfortableness.
I think that is a great thing to come to on this episode.
Mm-hmm.
For as many people who listen to Cut Daisies and Unicorns that come from a varied background of faith practices, mm-hmm. or the lack thereof,
right?
That you would be able to back it up just a little bit and say, as much as we make it uncomfortable for believers who do listen to us, mm-hmm. we're asking people who may not have a faith walk to hold the uncomfortableness and look at this story and listen to this woman and her voice and what she has to share. There's a lot of good things there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think
it's not like piled on, religious talk. Like, it's not religious propaganda.
Yeah,
let's put it that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no one in the work of trying to convert somebody from something into something else.
No.
And it's just and it's her story, mm-hmm. and that's what we're here to share about.
Yeah, and I think that what does come through for me is like personal evolution, personal growth.
Yeah.
Saying like, I'm not the same person I was when, or this, this time frame, this, I've grown, I've evolved, I've become enlightened. However, we use all those terms.
Yeah.
But I think that it shows that. Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff where she has come from.
Yeah.
And grown from and learned from and continues to learn from.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So Alyssa Conley is going to be on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it will be a worthwhile episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I agree. Yeah, so it's something you want to make sure, make time for. Again, we're not trying to limit our conversations, other than like we don't have anything that's necessarily gone beyond 2 hours, but I think, like, we just make room and be able to say you have some freedom to, like, what part of if you get to a part of the conversation where you're like, all right, now I've got to get on to something else, then say, hey, I'm going to pause this here. I'm going to come back to it in a little bit, or maybe the next day.
Yeah.
Feel free, but make sure you make room for that.
So much room.
So much room.
So much room.
Mm-hmm. Room for activities.
Yeah. So when I get this all finished up with the edits and stuff, mm-hmm. I'm moving on to the highlight reels.
Yeah.
So our first episode of season 3 is gonna be us, Phil and Steve, but we're gonna be able to play video cuts from our favorite episodes.
Right.
And so we'll go back to that and re-encounter some of the frivolity.
Right. I remember the TV shows, when they did they do highlight episodes.
Yeah.
Usually when the budget's getting low,
yeah,
and they're like,
right.
This is a perfect opportunity to do a highlight show where, they don't have to spend as much time in production. And so, not that we're worried about the cost of, we don't have a budget.
Right.
But it is something that I think, when we look at either the 40 ultimately 40 episodes after 2 seasons, but we're going to be able to say, let's look back and what are those highlights even from our perspective.
Yeah. Well, I thought it would be a very helpful tool.
Yeah.
It becomes the gateway episode, because what we can do is we can say consistently, this is what you're going to get at Cut Daisies and Unicorns.
Right.
And so we can pick the highlights from the topical areas that, and I'm not talking about a topical cream. There's not going to be any smearing.
No.
It's not tanning lotion. It's not sunscreen. But a topical review of, so we're going to drop in some time travel stuff. We're going to drop in some fringe highlights. We're going to drop in some music stuff. We're going to drop in some of the times I've made Phil laugh the most.
There's a bunch.
Yeah. It's some of their favorite moments.
Right.
People like it when you laugh.
Yeah. So I think that's the reason why we also, as Steve already pointed out, like, so if you're going through it and saying, I remember something, where was it? You even throw out, some of the things that if you can't remember the episode or the moment, if you throw out something, maybe we can also go back and try to find that. So
yeah, and we'll call you out. We'll be like, hey, Aunt Linda's favorite was, hey.
Right. So if you too want to get a shout out,
and we could take a look at like when Adam has commented and stuff like that, and maybe like this is But I think our and we won't go through all the fringe stuff, but we'll pick out some of the most outlandish, unbelievable things.
Right.
I just like we've been doing this long enough that my microphone smells like coffee.
It does. Yeah, even when you walk away and you come back. Yep. Smells like coffee.
Yeah. Of all the breath smells, that's not a bad one. Yeah. All right. Got anything else?
Yeah, I think we'll be ready to move into season 3, and it's exciting to see progression and momentum.
See, and when people are asking, well, like, what do you guys do? You've been traveling, but why a break now? Because you're back, and the reality is that you need margin to be able to do the next things you'd like to do.
Right.
So we've talked about apparel in the past.
Right.
And so I got to get working on some graphic design stuff, and so that we can get our apparel,
so that you can start to have some Cut Daisies and Unicorns merch.
Yep. And as will be most cases, there will be merch giveaways. Like, share, subscribe. Put your email in.
Right.
And
so there'll be incentives for you to be able to like, share, subscribe.
Yep. Yeah. And the funny thing is, this is hilarious. Do you know that tape deck recordings are making a comeback?
Yeah.
So instead of people doing vinyl, they're putting stuff on cassette.
Yeah. Which I don't like as much, but
yeah. It's got that flippy thing, and stuff. But they're using 2-track, 4-track recorders. They're putting music together and doing stuff that way. Well, how funny would it be if we took all of the audio and put it on CDs? And after the first year, for $9.99, you can have all 4 seasons of Cut Daisies and Unicorns on audio. And you just put it in your car and you can listen to it on the way back and forth and stuff.
Yeah, that is a way. It's a way that we could work.
That's one form. That's one form of how you could listen to this.
Yeah, your CD player. And cars still are being manufactured with CD players, so it's
really interesting. Yeah.
Because not so much with the cassette tapes anymore. I think they've phased those out, but CD players are still there.
And you know what? I would say in the last 3 months, I have been tempted because I've come across some cassette players. I've been tempted, but I was tempted for VHS because I was going into Goodwill and stuff, and they had all these old movies and stuff.
Ton of VHS.
Yeah, and for $1, you could have a movie, right? Well, when my VHS player ate up the third movie, and it probably just needed to be cleaned, but try to find that on Amazon.com. Still not a sponsor. Of all the money that they're giving away, you think that they would support us full time.
Yeah. Especially with as much as we, point to, hey, go and check this.
Yeah.
Here's an Amazon link.
Yeah. So, that being said, I told myself no, because I threw away all the VHS tapes. And by throw away, I mean I eliminated them from MySpace and took them back to a Goodwill. And so Goodwill didn't even have to put new stickers on because the stickers were still there.
Right. You're doing them a favor.
I am. I'm making reclamation and recycling happen at a level that could not happen at that speed. But yeah, I was a fan of that.
Yeah.
So then I just said the same thing. I realized that my scope of project, I have more projects right now that I could do in this lifetime. I'm not going to add more projects now. I'm just going to focus on the projects that I have in front of me.
Yeah, so ultimately that's going to be the real reason for the little bit of break, that we took after first season too. So if you're like, oh, we haven't done, no, we did this too. We took a break after season 1. I believe it was 2 weeks in between at least.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then we started off with the live, and that'll be a little bit different this time. We'll have episode 1 of season 3 prior to the launch or the live of on the 25th.
Yeah. Got that on my calendar.
Yeah.
Between now and then, threw in another travel trip. So actually, we'll be recording pre-release. So I'm gonna have to boot and scoot boogie. I mean, it's gonna take some focus, but we're gonna do it.
We are,
and we're exploring technology because we're gonna load the videos on your computer and. It'll come up and we'll do full screen showing of the old video, and then we'll have color commentary.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun.
It's like reminiscent of Adult Swim.
Yeah. Yeah, with the, what is
the
Mystery Science Theater?
Yeah. Yeah. If we had somebody that would put together animated caricatures of us and to be able to, and then we could just
claymation.
Yeah.
Who wants to put together clay figures of Steve and I?
That'll be awesome.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Yeah. So who works with clay out there? I know Steve works with clay, but I don't think you've done claymation before.
I don't do claymation, and I don't do figurine, and really that's a little bit too precise and fancy for me. But don't hear that is that I don't like the people who can do it.
Right.
It's just that it's not the thing that I do well.
You do. Yeah. And that's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But if somebody would come up with it and do it, that'd be really cool. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us for Trailer Friday.
And looking forward to the episode on Sunday.
It's not Friday the 13th either.
No.
Just to let you know.
Yeah.
It's not.
Nope.
At all.
You're safe.
Yep. No bad luck. Just our lovely faces and voices smiling at you through the camera into the interwebs, traveling around the world at the speed of data.
Right.
Upload speeds are a lot slower than download speeds unless you have a corporate account. You're getting this super fast.
Yes, you are. Blink of an eye.
I'm blinking my eyes.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. thanks for your continued support. We pray that you would continue now to interact. We'll put out another shout out, more art, fan art. We talked about claymation. What are other ways you would like to interact with us? Feel free. Make sure you do it.
I did have a thought.
Uh-oh.
We'll use that for season 4.
Leave you hanging. That's right. He's got a cliffhanger.
Gonna do that. All right, everybody. Later.
Take care.